Good day, viewers. Welcome to a new edition of 30 Minutes, the interactive program of Trust Television with me, Manir Dan Ali. We have an unusual guest from across the border, that's from Benin Republic. I'm talking about none other than Reverend Father Godfrey Nzamujo, the founder of Songhai Farm. Songhai Farm is a model that has been copied across many states of Nigeria, though maybe with not the same success and staying power as the original. Father, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my brother.
It's interesting to hear about your history, about the fact that you were born in Kano, and then you are from Delta State by adoption. You reside in Benin Republic. You started out in the US where you studied at different universities, have two different sets of PhDs. That's the Doctor of Philosophy in two different areas, electrical engineering and economics as well. Was this all in preparation of the dream, the vision that you had of wanting to put roots down in Africa and help maybe take its agricultural practice to a different level?
No, you're really my brother. Thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me to take part in this wonderful initiative you're going. First of all, I was interested in coming to Abuja to join you because it's a very important initiative. How can we dialogue and find a solution to our problem today? It's a serious one. The problem we don't see how it is, and we keep doing the same thing every day, expecting a different result. But when I saw in this program this year, 22nd edition, this determination, this push to face this problem squarely and find out to solve it. So I could call what you did, business as usual is no longer on the table. So that's what so this is again from my own point of view. I was interested in the sciences. I did a lot of, in the sciences, the biological science, the engineering. We are one of the first in the University of California to combine the soft sciences, biological sciences, and the sciences, engineering and mathematics. So I was one of the products of that experiment. We are the guinea pigs over there. Yes. So I was in two worlds, the biological sciences and engineering and mathematical sciences. So my original thing is being a professor as a young man, the sciences.
Right, to teach in the
university, to be not just teaching the university, be a part of California, research, to be a part of the building, because California, if it's a country, is about the fifth or fourth economy of the world today. So that's where science was building. It wasn't for me to go and teach anything. It was one of the people who engineer the world, so that was it. So I was doing it. I became a professor at a very young age, black man. And then in the early 80s, when I just became professor, there was that drought in Africa. From the north to the east, and Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Remember, we are the world, we are the people. Yes. Remember that. That was a young man in California, then Los Angeles. It was the first reaction, my brother, was let's go and distribute things like this is from my own origin, because my father kept it in us. You are Africans, no matter where you are. And then my father challenged me. He didn't want me to just, the symptom of poverty, he didn't want to treat it. I call it symptomatic therapy. You give money to a person that's poor, it's not removed.
You want to go to the root cause of the problem.
So my father said, when you feed a man today, you'll be obliged to feed him tomorrow. But if you teach him how to fish, he's going to take. But my father said it's not sufficient.
Just teaching him to fish.
Is not, because there's no more fish in the lake. So you have to teach him how to grow fish before you teach him. That was how it came. That Africa was so down, other people are doing the little remaining in Africa, the smart ones are grabbing it, making it strong. That is the quadruple. Africa is poor today because a small minority who are smart, who are powerful, taken without building the base again.
And then when you first came, you wanted to set up roots in Nigeria, but that wasn't possible.
It wasn't possible. Why? I came because, again, let me tell you, it was in Cross River State, the old Cross River State, my place of permanent, because in the south, everything, I was interested in the Cross River State. The then, in Cotonou, it was the defense advisor who is from Akwa Ibom, from the south, from Akwa Ibom State. He came, this is very good for our country. He's a military man, he was a brigadier. He took me over there and then to Colonel Achibong, the military governor then. He was very interested, my brother.
So what frustrated it?
When the Achibong was changed. Achibong, and then Prince Will. Ibn Prince Will took over. And he wasn't interested. I went there. The governor was supposed to see me for 3 days. He didn't. He was busy. I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
And kind of other type.
And you took your business elsewhere.
No. So then the governor of Benin said, look, this is it. Because I kept giving talk. That time then, I didn't speak a word of French. So it was because I said, Africa is my home.
Learn French.
Learn from the beginning again. But it was a challenge to me. Right. So that made me really, I couldn't, but I threw myself in because the passion was there. So those small problems not learning, immediately within a very short time, I started speaking and speaking. My first 2 books in this was in French now. So you can see me, I've done over there. So because it is the passion, what I wanted to do pushed me. So again, that's why I came. So
and you started with just 1 hectare.
1 hectare they gave me in a dead land. That was an old government farm. That was dead because of chemicals. That's why.
Yes.
They burnt it out. That was the European, that's the Dutch people over there from Holland and Beninese, the conventional agriculture. Now, coming from the biological science, me coming from modern biology, seeing the functioning of the planet, seeing that's why science is important. You can see now that the science is nothing but looking at how nature works, how it's structured, the dynamics, and copying it to improve things. That is the meaning of science and research. Is not just be humble enough, look at reality and understand how it works. Let that understanding change you.
So is that practice that you actually put to work?
Exactly.
Which is that, look, the soil is a living thing and you have to take care of it and work
from
with
my
it.
biological science, because I was in electronics, and the part of electronics I was in was connected, I was looking for soft tissue, trying to develop new tools of communication I saw the bacteria and the microorganisms, incredible biotechnicians, the microbes, the world, that's the basis of life. I see how the bacteria will work, because here we talk about bacteria as something bad.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It is
that we
your
want
body,
to kill.
there's more bacteria in you than mine. It's only a small Boko Haram,
Yeah.
The rest of them are like you and myself. So again, my understanding of the biological capital, particularly the microorganisms that have the power and the key. We are built everywhere around us is them. We did the old agriculture did not understand it. They see them as a problem, kill them with chemicals.
So at what point did you develop the model to the extent that people started paying pilgrimage to your farm
Exactly.
to see how that model is
That is a very good question. You see, when I started there, nobody believed. I was a crazy man. I remember when the president of Kereku, they started talking about Matthew Kereku. It's Saturday, it was in the afternoon, he was passing through a dry season, everywhere was dry. He came to Atanga, it was green. He came, so you are that crazy man they're talking about? I say, yes.
Yes.
And he came, so I'm coming back. So when he came back, 1 hectare, we had animal chick, we had water, we had fish, we had crops, all of them. So 1 hectare was enough for me to show that a dead land could be revived.
Life.
That was all. So he listened. He sent his the Minister of Information and the National Television to be a song guy for 2 weeks, film and start. He said, that's the real revolutionary. That's him. So that's how he came. So I used that knowledge about nature, and then do what I call biomimicry. That is, know nature, dance with nature. So from that
don't
knowledge,
fight
I don't exactly. That let it teach you. So passing from arrogant man, you call it in Latin, homo arrogancis, that is arrogant man, to homo humilians in Latin. A scientist is a humble man. I learned, because when you're humble, you learn. You destroy your own narrow type of thing. So it's that type of science. University of California, we had the highest number of Nobel Prizes in all the universities. So I came from that tradition, from the biological sciences, from the physical sciences, physics and engineering, bringing them together.
So at what point did it start attracting the attention of the international organizations? Because I understand they support your model, and it's one that they always want people to see and possibly copy.
That is real. It attracted me in a very queer way. They came to us and said, hey, this is what you are in the beginning. But I said, no, we don't need their money. That blew their mind. I wanted to create a space where we are on the driver's seat. So the European Union, for example, wanted to sponsor us. And when they switched what I started, I wanted to start something, my own service, my friend. I use my own funding, my own family thing to show we are committed. Not most people start looking for funding from outside. I wanted to make a statement that with the little we have, we can start something. Let other people join our project. You see here in Nigeria, World Bank project, this project, this should be our project. Other people, when people say, well, I say I'm not. So I wanted to be our project. That's why I took the name Songhai.
Which has historical...
Songhai was the real, empire, well-known. Yes. The biggest rich man up to now, the richest person in the world has been from here. Mansa Musa. When he were going to a pilgrimage, he stopped in Egypt. He was carrying so much money that shook the world economy for weeks, for months. So I wanted, Africa was heavy. Africa was, we lost it.
So at what point did Nigerians, both individuals and in authority, I'm talking about the state government that have gone and copied your model here, at what point did they begin to take interest?
Yeah, when they started, for example, when they come to Benin, there's something here, Songhai. There's something here. They come, all the visitors in Benin, they bring them there because it became this national thing. For example, I've got the highest honor, like the president have, to show you. I've been a presidential advisor type of thing, So there's Songhai is their pride, is their flagship. So whenever you come to Benin, is one of come and visit. So when they found out that my origin is here, they said,
they want to own you up.
And they want immediately, the person rejected before is not the person, just like in the Bible, Joseph, this type of thing. But it's okay, because I wasn't bitter, because they didn't know what they were doing. So I was interested behind my mind to come and do something, because it never escaped me. So when they started coming, even former President Goodluck has to come, Obasanjo, all of them, all the governors, some of them, Amechi, all of them coming, the Governor Shitima, all of them, Governor Shema, all of them, Ibori, all of them coming, the President, the Akwa Ibom governor, all of them were doing pilgrimage to Songhai.
But did the pilgrimage pay off? Are they running any sustainable Songhai farm?
Let me because they did. It's not a photocopying machine. It is a process that requires, just for the foundation of its social infrastructure. What that I mean, the capacity to understand the technology, the capacity to land it down, the capacity to manage it, disinterestedly managing it, is a cake to make. You have to invest in it. So that's why the social infrastructure, people who know what they want to do, this is what we want to do clearly. This is who, with what, with whom and how. They just wanted it over there without knowing. So the project like this, they didn't understand. Money is important, they thought about money. Land is important. No. They're not the most important are human beings. So they didn't have patience to go through that incubation period where the Songhai people that carrying the vision, the courage, the culture. Songhai core is the culture of discipline, the culture of seriousness. When you combine a culture of discipline with a culture of technology, that's the magic.
So we'll continue the Songhai conversation shortly after this break.
Thank you.
Viewers, it is 30 Minutes, the interactive program of Trust Television, and our guest today is Dr. Professor and Reverend Father, if I may put all of his possible titles together, Godfrey Nzamujo. That is the founder and proprietor of Songhai Farms in the Republic of Benin. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, it is 30 Minutes, the interactive program of Trust Television, and our guest today is Dr. Godfrey Nzamujo, that is the proprietor of Songhai Farm in Porto Novo, Benin Republic. You are talking about the Songhai culture, and one of the interesting things I see you keep emphasizing is the human capital, and especially young people.
This, my brother, that's the key. Because with the human capital is infinite. When the human capital is dynamic and working, the sky is the limit. Because they're building something, there are three elements. The human capital, which is, first of all, the knowledge, the skill, practical one, and the heart, the discipline, the commitment. This is the key. The other one, raw materials, land, we call the environmental capital. The other one, energy. You could, with technology, play with them now to make them, disconnect them from that one. The most important is the human capital. That's why Songhai, in our model, we have 5 capitals. The first capital is human capital you have to build. That's the beginning. Non-negotiable. People who are ready, who have the knowledge, I call it head, hand, and heart.
What are the other 4?
Then the second one is environmental capital. The land, sun, where Nigeria is just a scandal of it. Look at Nigeria. Nigeria is full of environmental capital. The land, sea, mosquitoes, ants, bacteria. We don't know. We're only taking oil and some other type of thing. Enormous human capital. How do now? The poverty comes from my incapacity to see those capitals and to harness them. That's where the poverty comes. The human being who is capable of seeing all those things as capital, harnessing them to create goods and services that correspond to our needs and desire. This is what is poverty, our incapacity. We've only fight poverty when we develop the human capacity to see those things, harness them to create goods and services. Like we're talking this agriculture now, availability and affordability, is the man that is tuned, that is deconstructed, who will do that one. So that's the second capital.
So what exactly do you do at Songhai that gets especially young people interested in agriculture? As you yourself did say, it's not sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do young people who want to be on the internet with cryptocurrency and other intangible things come to grips with agriculture and stay with it?
First of all, there are 2 things to make to them. You can make money with it. That's one. Secondly, the trend today is IT, information technology. When they come to Songhai, they open their eyes. This is not a farming of old men and women,
the most and all of that.
This is now people, what I'm looking for. Instead of playing with the computer, I can now use it to make money. I can use it to feed the world. So I've changed. Remember the 3 pillars of Songhai: infotech, that is computer sort of thing, biotech or sort of thing, and energy. This is the next world, the green economy of tomorrow. So when we make the children start to see it, telling them you've got to train yourself in the economy of tomorrow, not in the economy of yesterday. That's all. When they see money is there, pride is there. I'm telling you, the most intelligent in any family should be in agriculture, because it's not kind of thing. And you know, people want to be proud. So you see now, ministers' children, all of them, as Songhai, they are loaded. Everybody wants to be, because it has become sexy. It's one of they see them building to swimming pool for them, doing sort of thing. So we are seeing laboratories.
But is it because of mechanization, the use of some different seeds, or what is it that make it tick, that they will want to? I mean, young people who want to make money quickly. What is it that
it's really,
gets
remember,
them attracted?
The first thing of Songhai, first of all, let me give you the components of Songhai. The Songhai, first of all, is a new deconstruct, create a new mindset. But the second one, with that new mindset, eco-literacy, do you develop new tools aligned with that vision? So the second component of Songhai is the technology park, where you use computers, the things of the internet, when you use biology to create new things. So that, the second component of Songhai is the technology park.
You did mention something that you have to unlearn what they have learned,
exactly.
Because you said it creates a culture of entitlement.
Exactly, because you have to deconstruct young people today, because you have something stupid they call degree or get university. It doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you anything at all. Please remove. It doesn't give you anything at all. So that is what we have to deconstruct, because the mentality that created this problem wouldn't be the mentality to solve it. So when they come to Songhai, we open up a new avenue that you're not a human being if you're just speaking your hand. You become a human being. When you capture you on the driver's seat, it's pride, the pride of humanity today. That's what makes you a man.
It's not just the people that you try to change, but even the nature itself in a way, or to work with nature. Because you did allude that the use of chemicals and what have you has so degraded the soil that you are even claiming that 60% of Nigeria's farming soil is degraded. So what are you doing to replace these challenge that you face in that direction?
That is really a beautiful question, because now Sibema Songhai, one of the pillars is biotech. Now they understand the principles, the functioning of the planet, how it works. Through the science now, we're exposed to them modern biology, not the old biology, how nature works. That is highly connected. Then they see the bacteria, we're exposed to them, they see how it's working, that you all live and swim in the bacteria. They start is a part of the deconstruction. The deconstruction is your character, but also your vision of the world. So we just simplify science over there. They start seeing the biological system, how it really works, not the old Cartesian, the old where it's piecemeal thing. They see a new world from Einstein, a new world that is radically connected, where 2 plus 2 is not 4, 2 plus 2 is 10. They see the world principle of synergy, and complementarity. This is the new functioning of the planet. That wakes them up.
But why is it that all the Nigerian models, by your own admission, have not worked? I know there is in so many states, from Delta to Katsina to Rivers, they've all tried, and while yours is still functioning 20, 30 years later, their own is not functioning 2-3 years down the line.
This is very simple, because it's not a photocopy machine. It's the human beings that must understand and drive it. It's something every day. It's a living thing to be going. It's a living system where people, we call it proximity management, know what is going. People are driving it with passion. The driving license of that one is knowledge, is kind of thing. So that's what we build, the Songhai culture. The core of Songhai is our culture of drive, of accountability, of this is my contribution I'm going to build. That's why I get my joy. That's what man is. That's what you get from our religion, be it Islam, Christianity. This is what the spiritual things are taking. Who is man?
Are you confirming that saying which says that actually the best fertilizer on a farm is the footsteps of the farmer himself? Because I understand you actually live on the farm. You are hands-on. It's not like you are living in the city and then some people are slaving up in the farm.
It's that part of that culture. It's commitment. We share the risk of it. What Songhai is working is I'm there 24 hours a day. I live on there. I show example. I have my own plot of land I'm doing. Because as Songhai, you cannot teach unless you are doing. All my people, even my secretaries, they all have everybody. So we call it technical authority. You have a moral authority. If I tell people give instruction, I don't do it. Some of the time I don't even see my office on the ground. I dance in the fair. So I know every square centimeter foot of Songhai. So everybody's following the same culture. I know the animals, I know what is good. We call it proximity management. This is what is lacking in managing agriculture today. The human element of people who have the technical authority, moral authority, organizational authority. This is the key, the 3 authorities.
So is that what you think will work in Nigeria, especially given the huge challenge that we have? A population that is just ballooning,
yes,
while the agricultural activity seems to be either contracting or is at least not adequate enough to cater for the food security of these people?
If you raise a critical mass of young people like that, which you're already doing, I'm already seeing the results. You saw them in the picture today. That's all. When they start seeing a culture of success, you know, when you start testing it, I sing a song, it blows my mind. I cry when I see these young people copying each other. They wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. They want to copy in a positive way because they want to, they have understood that what makes a man is not what gets inside you, but what you give. That is a spiritual thing we see in Islam, in Christianity, the real spiritual value, human value that we've lost. In this place, we've taken greed. We have normalized greed. We've normalized a type of things here. Instead of laziness, we normalize, this is what is like it. So as Songhai, we are rebuilding the whole man. We call it deconstruction, re-equipping them. So with those numbers now coming, they'll be able to transform those possibilities into wealth, into some things. So that's the process.
For those who haven't been to your location, how will you say it works? Because I understand that it's integrated. Yeah. This one fits into the other. Can you give a simple explanation of how it works so that maybe those who are interested, even if they may not have been there, can understand and maybe try to put it to practice?
See, nature, God does not create waste. Waste is our own creation because of our not being intelligent enough, not knowing how nature works. That's why we know how nature works. Now from my science, I know how nature works. Nature is recycling itself. So at Songhai, there are three, in agriculture, there are three sectors. Aquaculture, about water, animals, and the crops. Plants. In nature, that's why for billions of years, they did not any chemicals. Because the animal droppings were used by natural bacteria to be doing it. The leaves were falling, kind of thing. So all we did, we studied that, oh, that's how nature works on the principle of connectivity. They're all related. So we linked now the animals and the crops. Now all the waste from the animals that we consider a waste smelling.
That is from chicken droppings to cow dung and whatever.
Exactly. We call it, coupling the waste hotspot from one section, you use the word coupling the waste hotspot, like an engineer hotspot, to another section. So we designed our farming system in such a way that all the waste, we put the bacteria there, it doesn't smell anymore. And then it comes over there after 2 weeks. Before you start telling your ticket, you are now selling the kind of thing, build compost, organic one, immediately to the fish, to the animal, to the energy. So you
have this biogas.
For example, we have a biogas 1,400 cubic meters that can drive 150 kilowatt machine. So all the crop growing type of thing, for example, the urine of the rabbits, we use as a pesticide. The best pesticide is the urine of the rabbit. So in our rabbit thing, that's one of, because they produce a lot of urine, good urine, we harvest it, put microorganisms there, then we use it to do type of natural pesticide. They drop it. So we designed our farming system with respect to that one. So we design, that's the physical infrastructure aligned with that. So we have combined the physical with the real how nature works. We are dancing with nature. So where we build the type of thing where the animals like goat over there, flowing of the waste coming over there. So everything flows over there. So we call it biomimicry. We imitate nature. When you dance with nature, nature will smile at you.
Very good point to end the conversation. I'm afraid we've run out of time. Thank you very much, Dr. Professor, Reverend Father Godfrey Nzamujo, the proprietor of Songhai Farm in Porto Novo, Benin Republic. We appreciate you coming on the program.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Viewers, that's the end of this edition of the program. Keep a date with us.